Welcome back, I'm Dylan and I'm drawing another shot from the movie Heat. This time, kind of a cool little close-up of Robert De Niro. He's looking down, he's about to put on his mask, so we're going to be getting into the action of the scene soon, which should be fun. But this one's a bit of a big close-up. I'm going to jump in and sketch just a bit of a rough, just because his head's so big in frame that it'll just help me get placement right and hopefully nail a bit of likeness, although we'll see about that. So just blocking in the major shape here of his head. And the positioning of his ear. Ear on this side's got a bit of a like an earpiece in it with a wire. And his trademark little mole is right here. So just, like I said, just blocking in big shapes here, trying to get placement right. It's a bit of an awkward shot. I think it's intentionally a little bit chaotic the way they shot this. It's like almost too tight, and someone wipes frame as he's like putting on this mask. I'll do a video of the one with the mask on as well, just because it's kind of a cool moment. It's like, you know, this is the real signal that the robbery's about to go down. All right, that's enough roughing out, I think. Get into the drawing proper. So I'm going to start, I usually start with the nose, but I'm going to start up here with the eyes this time, because the nose is kind of very low in frame. Just trying to get the spacing right, because I'm working from a reference here, so I think that this camera left eye needs to be moved over a bit compared to how I sketched it in the rough. All right, gives me placement of the eyes. And once we've got placement of the eyes, that tends to give us placement of the outer part of the nostrils. So can start sketching in his nose, and that's the nose is going to be, I don't know, probably the thing that most sells this as being De Niro. All right. Get rid of these crosshairs. I don't really need them for this. I think they're just actually distracting me. Just drawing in his little trademark mole on his face there. You can see I'm changing it from the rough a bit, like I've ended up drawing his features a little smaller than the rough would suggest, but it's okay, it'll come together when I you know, put the boundaries of his head into the drawing. Got this weird kind of like little smirk going on up here, so I want to sort of capture that. And I think this is looking like him pretty decently. Got that tension on his face anyway, which is good. Quite dark on this side. Do a bit of hatching there. Okay, at this point I should probably start getting the rest of the head in there. The reference is quite dark, it's a little hard to see going on. I think in general, I'm not sure, but I think in general it looks like his eyes, the area that his eyes take up needs to be a little bigger. Just a touch. Alright, now I've got his big sort of receding hairline happening up here. I need to decide where the hair starts, about here I think. right, let's get his ear in there. Things have shifted a bit since my rough. I have ended up drawing things a little differently. That's okay. In the end, just trying to sell that it's Robert De Niro looking down, about to do something. His ears slightly flare out. That's definitely part of his look. And in this ear, like I said, he's got that an earpiece. Okay. I think getting his hair and goatee going in this is going to help with the likeness as well. So let's get the goatee working first. As I've said before, it's like if you were actually drawing this as a storyboard, you know, for a film, you would not spend this long on it. I'm just spending this long on it because I've got an actual reference, and I'm trying to, well, A, I'm having fun, and B, I'm trying to make it look like him. And I'm also treating this as drawing practice, so it's a chance for me to actually draw from reference, which you don't do anywhere near as much of when you're actually drawing storyboards. So it's actually just kind of fun and good practice for me. You know, this is the kind of frame I'd probably be done with by now if I was actually drawing a board for a film. All right, certainly is starting to look a bit more like him. Some nice little features on his face that I want to put in, and I might delineate some shadow areas here. That will come when I do some toning. All right, get his hair in, and then we should be able to just tone this up and kind of be done with it. I've never been great at drawing hair, I have to admit. It's something I've always struggled with. I know normally, once again, you wouldn't normally draw every strand of hair like this, but this is such a close-up that I don't really feel like I can avoid it. I don't know if it's just because I don't have the right brush for doing hair, but yeah, I'd like to get better at drawing hair, especially women's hair in storyboards. I think James Gurney had a good tip about drawing looking at hair as ribbons, like kind of like, rather than individual strands, thinking of it as ribbons that sort of fall, you know, among each other in an aesthetic way. That is a useful idea, I think. All right, certainly starting to look like De Niro here though, which is good. As he did back in the mid-90s. Turn off my rough layer now. All right. When drawing like a close-up like this, or any kind of portrait style drawing, it always pays to flip the canvas and just kind of check if anything looks out of whack. I don't think anything looks too wrong here. I might just thin out his face a little bit. I think it could do with that to make it look a bit more like De Niro. So this ear is bugging me, doesn't look quite right. I mean, it's going to be in shadow, but still, it's just bugging me. You just see things that you wouldn't otherwise see when you flip it. Okay. We can get rid of this line here. Okay, better get into some toning now. Background is very dark. I might whack that in first. Also, I haven't actually drawn his suit yet. Should probably do that. That's basically it for our background. Like I said, I should just quickly sketch in what there is of his suit. Okay. Just quickly fill him in. Okay. Start with a bit of toning on his face. The brightest part of him is on this left side, and then we've got some shadows don't really want to spend too much longer on this, but it's kind of fun as well, so I'm not going to rush it either. So I've been drawing so many wides of the bank that getting to draw some face close-ups is kind of good fun drawing wise. Looks like we could go a bit darker as well in some of these shadows. Need to bring darkness into his hair as well. Actually, his hair is actually kind of light up here. Darker on this side. All right. Now I'm kind of just getting lost, playing with light and shadow for fun, really. Suit's dark. All right, pretty much there with this one. This is the kind of one that I'm probably going to want to leave, come back, look at, and fiddle with a bit. So, yeah, I'll probably do that. I think at this stage, that about does it for this one, for the video anyway. And like I said, I'll probably give it a little, step away from it for a little bit, come back, look at it, and then just make some final marks and tweaks. So yeah, yeah, I'll put up the final version on screen now, and yeah, this is how it turned out. So thanks for joining me as I worked through this little close-up of De Niro. I'm going to do the next one as well soon, where he's pulling the mask on, and then we get into the action of the scene, which should be cool. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Cheers.